Minnesota Broadcasters Association and this station.
Newly retired and looking for part-time work? Otter Tail Coaches of Fergus Falls is now hiring part-time bus drivers. $21.85 an hour and a $2,000 sign-on bonus. Apply online at ottertailcoaches.com/careers.
It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
Good Monday morning. It is 10 after 9, and it's another smoky day. Thank you, Canada.
Oh, boy. It is really smoky out there, too. I know, and I'm not exactly sure because the wind, I think, is out of the south, isn't it? Or slightly out of the south?
Yeah, out of the southwest.
Okay. So how do we get Canadian smoke?
Because it's just that much pressure.
Well, anyway. Yeah, they've ruined another day for sure. Oh, and it was really heavy this morning. I can always tell the heaviness based on what it feels like when we're out for our morning walk, because you can just, especially the hills, you feel like like
yeah, a little extra.
Like it's a lot more work. Yeah. So anyway, it's gonna be. I think we're gonna have this for the day. So if you're bugged by smoke, today is not your day to do too much.
No.
Outside. So anyway, and I feel like there is like residual effect, like.
Oh, yeah.
Or like it hangs in there, kind of. Can't.
Yeah.
It's hard to rid yourself of it because we have it so often, I think. So anyway. Well, anyway, here we are on a Monday again. So hopefully everyone had a great weekend. And a happy birthday to you, belated.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Did you have a good day?
I had a pretty good day.
Yeah.
We went out and had a little fun, and it was.
Did you play some golf?
I didn't do a full round.
Okay.
We went in, hit the driving range. I didn't have time. I kind of had a busy day, so I'm just like, well, let's Adam, Jen, and I went to the driving range out of Pebble and
good for you.
Got that ready, and it was fun.
Good. So you had a good day, good weekend, and happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
You're only about 39, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
but I do have a little bit of sad news to pass along to everybody.
No.
Yeah, Jack lost his fight with cancer and
We're
old
talking
age.
about
my dog.
The dog, Jack, that we lovingly make fun of, kind
yes,
of. Especially.
I stopped making fun of Jack when he started getting bad, and
I didn't know he was sick.
Yeah, he had a lot of cancer on him. He's had some issues for about a good 6-8 months. And
he has. I didn't know that.
How
old was Jack?
Jack was 12.
Okay.
And
so
normally
Jack
golden retrievers live about 10. So
yeah, so he did live a good long life in terms of the golden retrievers. But still, I know it was Jen's dog, and I know it's hard, especially for her.
Oh, yeah.
And you too.
Yeah, I missed him a little bit.
I know. And what you don't want to see is Jen being sad either,
No.
so that's hard. And I'm sure the kids love the dog. Well, enough to miss the dog and to see Jen sad. The kids don't want to see that. And so anyway, that was a sad note.
That was a sad, Friday was a sad day.
Yeah.
We were hoping he was going to make it through birthday week because Adam's birthday and my birthday kind of fall on the same week. And I was hoping he'd make it through August, but it became painfully obvious about Tuesday, Wednesday that...
I'm so sorry to hear that. I tell you what, losing a household pet they are absolutely a member of the family. Yeah. And that is hard. So, it takes a while to get over that kind of stuff. So, I'm sorry to hear that.
But I'd mentioned Jack and talked about Jack enough on the show that I wanted to... And we
always have fun talking about Jack, and we'll continue because you've got some really good memories and lots of funny stories. And I saw you posted a really cute picture of Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, sorry to hear that. That's tough news from the weekend for sure. Well, speaking of other tough news, another weekend of violence in Fargo.
Yeah.
And I just think, I don't know, they got to get a handle on that, I think. And I don't know if the police chief is out of the hot water that he was in about a week ago.
Especially with another violent act, I don't know if he's going to get out of it.
I don't know
They've got to put something.
Well, and I think they're going to have to, and people are, there's an outcry in Fargo over that whole deal. And people are saying we need to do more than slap these people on the wrist.
Yeah, because it's always the same people.
It is, and that's what's happening. These are re-offenders. In fact, the guy that they still have not caught, who shot and killed 2 people, right? Or did you just have the one?
He shot, I think, 3 people. 1 died.
1 died. Okay. Anyway, he's still has not been apprehended. And he was out of jail after holding someone at gunpoint to steal money. So, I mean, this is not a good guy.
No.
And he was in prison for a very short time, and he's out on the street, and look what he did this time.
Yep.
So that's kind of the outcry from the people of Fargo, Moorhead area saying, listen, when you get these guys, you got to keep them. You got to do something to them. They have to have consequences. So anyway, that is a more of the same over the weekend in Fargo. Well, I think WeFest ended up being kind of okay. Weather-wise, they skirted a lot of the really bad weather. So that's good news because that's a lot of people to relocate quickly. So I haven't talked to anyone who's been, but sounds like it was a pretty successful event for the weekend, and I didn't hear any outcry or see any social media posts that anything terrible went wrong. So another WeFest in the books.
Yep.
To try to make up for the debacle last year with the whole camping thing. Well, and I don't know if it's begun yet, but President Trump is going to hold a press conference. Was supposed to be at 10 o'clock Eastern time, so now we are 16 minutes late on that, but I don't know if it's, last I looked, it hadn't begun yet. And he was actually weighing whether or not to deploy up to 1,000 National Guard troops to Washington, D.C. as early as this week, in an effort to help deal with what he characterized as a surge in violent crime. The plans come just 1 day after Trump vowed on Truth Social to evict homeless persons from the nation's capital. Now, we have the 250th celebration of America coming up next 4th of July.
Yeah.
And, this was a beautiful city and is where the celebration, lots of celebrations will take place. Anyway, the plans come just a day after Trump, like I said, he vowed on Truth Social, he is going to evict homeless persons from the nation's capital. The homeless have to move out immediately, he said on social media. We will give you places to stay, but far from the capital. The criminals, you don't have to move out. We're going to put you in jail where you belong. Trump's plans, which are expected to be detailed further at that press conference that I mentioned, that was to have started at 10 o'clock Eastern time, 9 o'clock our time. And he said it would likely involve members of the D.C. National Guard or the 2,700-member National Guard force that acts as the express authority of the commander-in-chief. So, unlike other branches, Trump would not have to get the sign-off of local authorities to act, likely making their activation a real temptation for him because he can. When speaking to reporters to the Oval Office last week, Trump railed against what he described as a ridiculous level of crime in the nation's capital, and buffeted most recently by the assault on a former Doge staffer earlier this month. They just absolutely
beat him
the
up.
living daylights out of him.
They were trying to carjack him, from what I heard.
Right. He said this, "We want to have a great, safe capital," Trump said last week, "and we are going to have it." Trump also told reporters that his White House lawyers are looking into ending the Home Rule Act, a law passed by Congress in 1973 that gave Washington, D.C. residents the right to elect their own mayor and local representatives. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt also told reporters last week that Trump had ordered law enforcement personnel to increase their presence in the Capitol, though the additional details on the scope and time frame of that presence remain unclear at this point. Anyway, however, for Trump, delivering on this promise could be fraught with long-term legal complications, as is every single decision he makes, in part because crime in the city is actually down to its lowest point in nearly 30 years. That's really hard to believe. Violent crime in the first 7 months of 2025 has dropped by 26% compared to 2024, according to data compiled by the D.C. Police Department and released earlier this month. So, crime is down in D.C.? Maybe. But the homeless population, not so much.
No. And D.C., they just said that shooting at the shooting at the CDC. Is that in Atlanta or is that
Atlanta.
in D.C.? Yeah.
Yes. So that just happened over the weekend as well, right?
Yeah.
And there was, I think, a young man that said he thought he was sick because of the COVID vaccination.
Yeah.
So this is what they've kind of determined so far. I don't think they found a good rock solid motive, but this is something that he had said to a neighbor, that he believed that his illness was directly tied to his having the COVID vaccination. So, and evidently some of his neighbors had said that he had, had spoken to them with anti-vaccination rhetoric. And so the CDC was maybe, kind of seems like a target. So anyway, but it feels like every Monday, that's
Yeah.
what we talk about is who
Another
got
shooting.
killed over the weekend. Yeah. So it's really sad. Of course, they are threatening Trump with all kinds of legal battles over what he's trying to do in D.C., including deploying any National Guard. And, I think back to like January 6th, what they refer to as the insurrection.
Yeah.
That was a lot of bad actors that were planned to come in and cause a ruckus.
Yep.
From the left. I absolutely believe that. President Trump at the time had said, hey, I think you're going to need some help. Let me bring in the National Guard, right?
Yep.
And Nancy Pelosi said, nope, we don't need them. Well, she didn't want them
No.
because they wanted all hell to break loose at the Capitol, and it did. Anyway, neither here nor there. Okay, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte stated that President Trump will be testing Russian President Vladimir Putin at their upcoming meeting. They're set to meet in Alaska this coming Friday. The meeting aims to advance ceasefire negotiations in Russia's conflict with Ukraine. President Trump's decision to engage with Putin follows recent tensions between the two countries. I think Trump has had it with Putin and is just saying, listen, you got to play along here, and when you say you're gonna, you have to.
Yeah.
He said he called it a bunch of BS, and I think that's kind of what he's getting from Putin. Do you think that Ukraine, and I know it would be a tough pill to swallow, but wouldn't it be better than losing more of your people to just cede some of that land that Russia, if they say, okay, if you take this, will you leave us alone? And would they?
The problem is they did that a few years back when Russia invaded Crimea, the Crimean Peninsula, which was part of Ukraine. And they were like, okay, well, fine, you can have that, just, that's it.
Leave us
and
alone.
then sure enough.
Yeah, he's back. And so therein lies the problem. There's no trust with Vladimir Putin, for sure. So I don't know how that's going to come to an end, but what are we talking, 3 years now?
Yeah, three and a half years.
I just don't know what's left to blow up over there. Flash flooding, did you see this? Crazy weather across our country led to the cancellation of the final day of the Wisconsin State Fair on Sunday. Heavy rainfall affecting several Midwest states. In whatever town the Wisconsin State Fair is held in, I'm not even...
I thought it was in Milwaukee.
It might be. I don't, wherever it was, they got something like 14 and a half inches in 24 hours. It was crazy. Significant rainfall caused river flooding and power outages, nearly 47,000 customers losing power. Emergency services responded to over 600 calls, including gas leaks and many, many water rescues, as it came so fast that people got caught off guard. And masked thieves targeted a Los Angeles area store, making off with about $7,000 worth of dolls. Labubu dolls?
Oh, the Labubu.
I don't know what that is.
Labubu is, I want to say, Japanese or Korean or Chinese.
So it's the latest craze.
Yeah, it's like a Furby or Tickle Me Elmo or something like that.
Oh, okay, because everyone's going to want to get their hands on it, so these people are just stealing them. The LA County Sheriff's Department revealed that the suspects utilized a stolen Toyota Tacoma during that incident, which was later found. Investigations are ongoing to apprehend the perpetrators responsible for the theft of the popular collectible dolls.
The Labubu.
Labubu. I had never heard of that. So, but anyway, some more bad actors in LA. All right, we're going to take a bit of a break for some updates on the markets and get you all set and tell you what to expect at American Legion this week, what their August dessert features are, and what the meal of the week, the Wednesday special, looks
looking
like.
forward to the Wednesday special.
That's coming up. When we come back, we'll tell you about 82,000 rubber ducks. Yeah, we'll tell you about that. And let's see, there was one other story I was going to tell you about. Oh, I have, there is a new insult in the age of AI. I don't know if you've heard it or not, but I'll tell you all about it when we come back on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
What's the ox say?
Today on Hot Talk with the Ox, right away hear how Washington, D.C. did this weekend with the new federal law enforcement presence. Then we're a week and change away from the Minnesota State Fair. Hear the latest. And did Joey Chestnut eat that 6-foot-long hot dog in St. Paul Saturday night? Oh, and how about them Vikes? But right away, test your recall of last week's shows on Heard It on Hot Talk. See you for Hot Talk with the Ox from 2 to 5 on KBRF.
What's the ox say?
Layton Media has an amazing opportunity to add a media consultant to our Fergus Falls team. If you have energy, integrity, and a passion to talk to people, you might be the perfect fit. We want someone that is not only a go-getter, but a team player who's eager to be part of a successful, supportive team. If you're ready to make an impact with the businesses we work with, we want to hear from you. Apply today at layton.media and become part of a team that values community, integrity, and growth. That's layton.media to apply. Your success starts here.
Summer weather can change quickly, and that's why you can count on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the Fergus Now app for up-to-date weather coverage. We love hearing from you and want to see your severe weather photos, whether it's hail, storm damage, threatening clouds, whatever it might be. To submit your summer severe weather photos, go to kbrfradio.com, then to Weather Spotter page located on the Weather tab. Summer severe weather coverage on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Keeping you company out on the lakes, the Minnesota Twins, and News Talk 1250 AM KBRF.
Hey, Twins fans, it's Chris Atterbury. Join me from the big stadium in the Bronx. I'll be joined by Hall of Famer Paul Molitor as the Twins try to keep the momentum rolling, having won 2 series in a row against the New York Yankees. Ebby Matthews versus right-hander Will Warren. We're on the air at 5:30. First pitch, 6:05, right here on your home for Twins baseball.
News Talk 1250 AM KBRF. Depend on it.
I'm Derek Sidian with KBRFradio.com News. Join me live every Friday on KBRFradio.com or the Fergus Now app for the weekly news recap, where I recap this week's hottest local news and you catch up on what you might have missed. The live stream starts at 12:30 and will be available to watch after the stream ends. The KBRFradio.com weekly news recap is brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonememorial.com, memorials that matter.
I'm Jessica at the Fergus Falls Monument Company. I'm the first person you see when you come through the door, and I also talk to customers every day on the phone. Many of them find choosing a memorial ahead of time is convenient and works best when there is time to plan and think about it. Planning ahead not only gets you the everlasting memorial of your choice, it also helps your family through the grieving process. At Fergus Falls Monument, we can help you plan ahead and choose a memorial made right here locally. Call or stop in or visit us online at foreverstonememorials.com.
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Good morning. Market update time here on the Red River Farm Network. I'm Tyler Donaldson. Grains picking up where they left off last week. A lot of green on the board there. Soybeans especially 19 to 20 cents higher here so far for those soybean contracts. Overnight comments from President Trump about China possibly buying U.S. soybeans has them trading almost 20 cents higher today. Corn Belt Marketing Market Advisor Sam Hudson says China should be buying U.S. soybeans since they're so discounted to Brazil's.
Oh, we had some overnight comments from President Trump, regarding soybeans into China. And while we don't have any confirmation of any business being done yet, sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. And, you got to believe that from a timing standpoint, regardless of what your opinion is on a trade deal or not, China should be looking at buying U.S. beans when we're such a discount to South America here for the October-November timeframe. They typically do what's good for them, and I just feel like that's probably coming. Can't tell you where they'll be at the end of the year, but sitting here thinking they're going to buy no beans, I think is a little bit short-sighted. So matter of timing here, I think eventually. You're also going to have a crop report here tomorrow, so I would expect that some of these gains get faded a little bit.
Cattle markets also picking up where they left off from Friday's sell-off. Feeders down around $2 to $2.80 lower.
That's right. Started off a little bit higher, steady to higher on the open, but the capitulation at the end of last week I think is just too big for people to ignore. So you're getting a little bit of liquidation here. We'll see where it goes to. I mean, you're starting to finally get back into some shorter-term moving averages. And at this point, I think it's going to hinge on whether or not beef prices in that cash market continue to impress. If they can, then these front months are going to have a hard time continuing lower here.
Reporting agriculture's business, you're listening to the Red River Farm Network.
You work hard to bring in the harvest. Amity Technology is right beside you with tools to help get the job done. As the industry leader in sugar beet harvesting equipment, we build harvesters, defoliators, and sugar beet carts. Amity's field-proven solutions, like active height control, give you uncompromised defoliation. And with the best dealer network, parts and service are available when you need them most. Amity Technology, let's get the job done together.
Here's BASF business rep Ben Segelski with his application recommendation.
To get the best result with your weed control, your fungicide applications, the way you apply it is going to be one of the more important things. That includes your adjuvant, your water volume, your ground speed, making sure you got the right nozzle. So read and follow the label directions and consult your local retailer and your BASF rep to get more information on how to get the most out of those applications.
For dry beans, the most comprehensive portfolio on the market, all from BASF.
Harvest Hotline brings you daily updates with farmers, custom harvesters, elevator managers, and more. Get the latest on harvest progress, yields, and what's happening in the field. Harvest Hotline can be heard weekdays at 12:37 during Agriculture Today. Harvest Hotline brought to you by Ag Country Farm Credit Services, Amity Technology, North Dakota Mill, and U.S. Custom Harvesters. We're the Red River Farm Network, reporting agriculture's business.
Early mornings, late nights, rain, snow, sunshine. It's the rhythm of the day for the American farmer and rancher. We get it. The Red River Farm Network is here to help you make informed decisions for your farm. We're proud to deliver farm news, markets, and weather to the innovators and decision makers. Trust Don Wick, Tyler Donaldson, Jamie Dickerman, and Drew Lerner, delivering the information that impacts your bottom line. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business.
September Minneapolis is up 3 3/4 to 580.5. September Chicago's wheat is up 6 1/4 at 520 3/4. KC wheat's up 3 1/2 to 521 3/4. September corn's up 3 1/4, 386. September soybeans up 20 3/4 at 988.5. November canola in Winnipeg's up $8 per metric ton, 677.30 Canadian. On the cattle side, August live cattle are down 67 cents, 231.87. August feeders down $1.42. August hogs up 30 cents at 109.20. This is the Red River Farm Network.
Summer weather can change quickly, and that's why you can count on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the Fergus Now app for up-to-date weather coverage. We love hearing from you and want to see your severe weather photos, whether it's hail, storm damage, threatening clouds, whatever it might be. To submit your summer severe weather photos, go to KBRFradio.com, then to Weather Spotter page located on the Weather tab. Summer severe weather coverage on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
What's the ox say?
Today on Hot Talk with the Ox, right away hear how Washington, D.C. did this weekend with the new federal law enforcement presence. Then we're a week and change away from the Minnesota State Fair. Hear the latest. And did Joey Chestnut eat that 6-foot-long hot dog in St. Paul Saturday night? Oh, and how about them Vikes? But right away, test your recall of last week's shows on Heard It on Hot Talk. See you for Hot Talk with the Ox from 2 to 5 on KBRF.
What's the ox say?
KBRFradio.com news. Get the news that matters delivered straight to your inbox. With KBRF Daily Headlines, you'll stay up to date on everything happening in your community. Sign up today and receive a roundup of the day's top stories all in one email. It's fast, convenient, and it's always free. From local updates to breaking news, KBRF brings you the headlines you need right at your fingertips. Visit KBRFradio.com and sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.
Community is important, and you'll find it at Pioneer Point. Spacious apartments, thoughtfully designed for older adults, provide the best in senior living. Heated parking and elevator access makes life easy. Your neighbors at Pioneer Point hold a welcoming, family-like approach to living. Choosing from an array of special features and options, you'll find many ways to define your lifestyle at Pioneer Point. Call or schedule your tour online today at pioneercare.org.
Wherever you're going, we're going to the Otter Express.
Need a ride? Otter Express is there for everyone. Safe, reliable, and ready when you are. Whether it's work, school, or shopping, they've got you covered. Call today to schedule your ride with Otter Express.
998-3002. Just give us a call. Wherever you're going, we're going to the Otter Express.
News Talk 1250 KBRF. Anytime, any place with the Fergus Now app on your phone. It is 9:37, and, well, one of my favorite segments, Two Marys and a Dave.
All right, and we say good morning to Mary at the American Legion. And Mary, I hope you had a great weekend.
I did. How about you?
Yeah, I think so. It was pretty calm. And after a couple of weekends of being pretty busy, it was okay to have just a little downtime. So anyway, well, we're always looking forward to talking to you on Monday mornings, because that allows us to know not only what the Wednesday special is going to be, but those dessert features too. So let's start with dessert today.
We should have dessert first. Our
Absolutely.
features this month are a lemon cream cheese pie, a plain cheesecake, and white cake with a vanilla buttercream frosting.
Oh boy, add buttercream. That's the best. Yeah, just I could
agree.
just scoop it right off the top. All right. Okay. So and of course, not only your features, but of course all your other desserts are also available.
All the regular things: the coconut cream, chocolate cream pies, carrot cake, and German chocolate cake. A couple more cheesecakes, some ice cream desserts, and
wow,
just lots of other goodness. So
yeah,
we'll have something
for sure.
for everyone, I'm quite sure.
Well, speaking of goodness, let's hear it. Let's know what the Wednesday special looks like.
The Wednesday special this week is a chicken Alfredo hot dish with fresh fruit, garlic toast, and a s'mores bar.
Ooh, that sounds good. Something a little different now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Well, we're looking forward to that. And of course, Mary, so many other things on the menu that are people's favorites. Tell us about those.
Of course, the ribs are number one. They're the most popular thing, but you can get ribs, of course, but we also have burgers, sandwiches, grilled chicken. We have walleye, chicken strips, different salads, appetizers, just about anything. There's something for everyone for sure. We have a shrimp basket.
Okay.
So,
well, you've got
lots to pick
you've
from.
got a great lineup for sure. So now, so if we want to order the Wednesday special, can we do that anytime?
Sure, you can call today and order it for Wednesday if you want, or call on Wednesday and let us know you're coming, or dine in from Wednesday through Saturday from 3 until 8, and you can enjoy it inside, or if you need it to go, we do that from 11 till 8, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 4 to 8 on Saturday. Or, I'm sorry, 3 to 8 on Saturday.
Okay, that sounds so good. Okay, so chicken Alfredo casserole, is that right?
Hot dish, really.
Hot dish. Okay, sorry. Casserole's the wrong word in this part of the country. Going with hot dish. Okay.
Or you can call it casserole.
Whatever. Okay. All right. Well,
With
that
fresh
sounds
fruit.
That sounds really good.
Yes, it is. It's pretty tasty.
And then what's on the side again?
Fresh fruit, garlic toast, and a s'mores bar.
Okay. Well, it's still summer, so the fresh fruit sounds really good. So,
It is
Mary,
so good.
what is the number to call if we would like to get on that list for the Wednesday special? We'd like to order something, or well, for whatever reason, whatever questions we have, what's the best number to call?
Give us a call at 739-4633.
All right. Mary, have a great week.
You as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Mary from the American Legion, our guest and sponsor on the show. That sounds really good. If the first two words are chicken Alfredo, I don't care how it ends. If it's casserole, hot dish, pizza, pasta, however you end that, if it starts with chicken Alfredo, I am in.
A lot of people like it.
You're not an Alfredo guy, are you? Boy, what's wrong with you? How can you not like Alfredo?
I'm not a fan.
I wish I wasn't.
But I'd get like a mushroom and Swiss or the rib basket.
Yeah, I love all those too. And my go-to all the time are those drummies.
Yeah.
They're so good. And there aren't very many places you get really good drummies, but American Legion is
My
one.
dad really likes the walleye dinner.
Okay.
That's what he'll get. My mom will get the ribs and he'll get the walleye dinner.
Okay. All right. Well, good to know. And I think that sounds really good. So chicken Alfredo hot dish, along with fresh fruit, garlic toast, and a s'mores bar. So that all sounds really good to me.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the newest insult.
And Derek wants to come in on this one.
Oh, he does. Okay. All right. The newest insult gains popularity in the age of AI. So, Derek, that is how the headline reads. Okay.
And Derek is well versed in this insult because it's been around for a long time.
Okay. I have not heard this. Not the way they're using it. The term, it's called clanker, has emerged as a new derogatory slur specifically targeting robots and artificial intelligence. So is that how you describe it?
Yeah, that's so the interesting thing is this started out as a Star Wars joke. It's something that clone troopers would call the droids during the Clone Wars, during the
no wonder I don't know about it.
Yeah, it sort of started as this niche sort of joke that they were just like, oh, that's pretty much a slur for these droids. So they would just like throw it around sort of just across the internet, just for mostly in the Star Wars community. But within the last year, it's branched out to be completely across the internet, especially with the sentiment against AI right now, especially with younger people. It's very much it very much just sort of fit that narrative. It's very interesting to watch.
Okay, well, I just think it's interesting, all these terms. It's hard to keep up with terminology. It's like hanging out with my grandkids one weekend, and the next weekend, the verbiage is different. And I sound so old sometimes, some of the phrases or some of the things that I think I'm being, really
hip and trendy.
Yeah, I know. I'm afraid to use the word hip because, my goodness, then they look at you like you were born in 1920, but Yeah, things like, I remember, and this is probably old too, I mean, I know it is, and I don't know if they even use it anymore, but when they started saying, oh, that's sick,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and that means, oh, that's great, that's really good. Now, when we would have said, oh, that's sick, that would have meant like, okay, that is inappropriate, or, you know, I mean, totally different connotation. So, I don't know, Derek, are they still using sick for good?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's interesting about, I've always found interesting about sick is the way they're able to use it, that people are able to use it both way context
True.
where they use it both ways.
That's very true. That's very true. Okay, so here's another one. Remember what well, I don't know about you, Dave, where you fall in this, but we used to refer to it like, let's say some of these NBA players, maybe some Major League Baseball, maybe some football players, they still do, wear all that really heavy jewelry, really.
Yep.
And we used to refer to it as bling, not the deal anymore. Now it is drip, or perhaps that is old now too. So,
I think
Derek?
they're still using drip.
I think drip is still being used. That one's a little bit more out of my space.
Okay, well, I had never heard that. So, anyway, we were referring to it as bling because, I mean, high school guys are wearing like a lot of chains and stuff. And so we're like, wow, nice bling. And they look at us like we've got 10 heads.
No, you got
and
drip.
then, I know. So then we realize, oh, it's drip. So then that became like the family joke. And for Christmas one year, John just got inundated with these big, obnoxious, heavy chains. And so now we have this joke about drip in our family. But yeah, you have to keep up, and it's hard. So I didn't know about clanker, but if it's, if it's tied to a movie like you're talking about, I probably wouldn't have seen it. Not my jam.
But it makes it.
I don't even know if that's right. Is that where? Does that work?
Sure.
Okay. I like every time that you validate me, Derek, because you're so young, and you make me sound like I'm still kind of in the game.
I don't know. So oftentimes I find myself a little out of the loop. The clankers one where it's like I was sort of in the loop, and so seeing it resurge and become more mainstream was sort of interesting. But yeah, a lot of the slang nowadays is just crazy.
Well, they're saying too that this slur, clanker, has spread beyond social media, even reaching the halls of Congress. Representative Ruben Gallego of Texas used clanker in a tweet about legislation requiring human customer service representatives, stating, my new bill makes sure you don't have to talk to a clanker if you don't want to.
Wow.
Yeah, the rise of clanker is linked to the increased use of generative AI, evolving from a term referring to chatbots and image generators to any non-human robotic intelligence. I don't know about you guys, and Derek, you have to weigh in on this too, but anytime I go to a website and the first thing that happens is you get that chatbot, hey, I'm here, can I help? I just want to throw up on my phone. Just get off my screen. What do you think?
If you throw up on your phone, you got a lot to clean up.
I know, that's bad. I'm not going to do that. Sorry if you're eating breakfast.
No, I agree. I hate the chatbots that pop up. They're just like pop-ups.
They are.
It's like I'm trying to do what I want to do.
Exactly. You know what else on the internet is one of my biggest pet peeves is when you search something very specific. So I can say, I would like to look at ivory-colored wool rugs, size 5x7. And I get every color and shape and everything but wool rugs. I mean, everything outside of my search comes to me. That makes me crazy. Why do they do that to me?
Yeah, it's
because I'm going to find something I'm going to shop for. That's the problem. Yeah.
Well, there's a new joke walking or rolling around. It's, my husband asked me why I speak so softly at home. I said I was afraid if Mark Zuckerberg was listening. He laughed, I laughed, Alexa laughed, Siri laughed, and Facebook ads suggested a microphone.
That's good. And speaking of Mark Zuckerberg, did you hear the latest fallout for him. So he lives in Palo Alto, and he has bought up all these homes. I think it's something like 11 homes or something like that, or was it 7 or 11? I can't remember. A lot. And in Palo Alto, they would all be very, very expensive. It's
he's got the money.
Yeah, he does. High-end neighborhood. But anyway, get this. So, of course, he's taken down all these homes. He's built this big, fabulous, but it's just this sprawling and ongoing building all the time. So I can hear Derek typing. He's looking at it right now, I betcha. Anyway, so now some of the neighbors in Palo Alto and surrounding area are starting to say, just wait a minute, stop. He's even gone so far as to build a school within the confines of what he owns.
That's a little creepy.
And a school that will, I think, accommodate 14 students. So no word on who the 14 are. That's weird. That's just plain weird.
Probably Elon Musk's kids.
Yeah, that's just, wait, no, you'd have to have room for a lot more than 14 if Elon's kids are coming in. But no, I mean, that's creepy. That's weird. And when is enough enough? I mean, how many kids does Mark Zuckerberg have? 2?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I was just going to add, because we brought up Mark Zuckerberg and we were talking about AI, there's been a lot of talks about the actual environmental harm of AI data centers, because to run something as complex as an artificial intelligence, you have to have giant servers.
Oh.
And so they've been building these giant areas, and they need to use a lot of water. So there have been a lot of accusations recently, specifically someone in rural Georgia who's been talking about the AI data center actually tainting the water. I saw a video of it the other day. I guess this was from last month where this was reported on, but I just saw it the other day. And yeah, it's another reason why people are, a lot of younger people are against AI right now, is because they're looking at the environmental impacts, because
I suppose
they need so much water to keep to run the cooling systems for these giant servers, and which
makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see moving forward what that looks like, if that is such a large impact, what might happen with it.
Okay. Well, interesting to note. Thanks for following up. All right. Okay, so we said we'd talk about the 82,000 rubber ducks.
Yep.
In the Chicago River, and it's an annual fundraiser for Special Olympics. I like that.
Is it a ducky derby?
Saw over 82,000 rubber ducks floating down the Chicago River. Spectators and fans were invited to adopt a duck for a $10 donation. With the winning ducks adopters receiving prizes such as a Chevy Trailblazer, that's a nice gift.
Yeah.
$2,500 in cash and Chicago Cubs tickets. So all nice gifts. Organizers reported that this year's Derby raised about $600,000 for Special Olympics in Illinois.
Well, it's Chicago. Did any of the ducks get shot?
That's very possible, or abducted, yeah.
Or hiding in a hotel.
Oh,
They didn't want to do the race, so they're hiding in a hotel.
Right, exactly. Speaking of hiding in the hotel, isn't today another deadline for those knuckleheads to come back to work?
And they're not.
No, they're still hanging out. So they've been there for about a week now.
Yeah.
I think last weekend was when they absconded, and still sitting in Illinois and other various, I don't know, sanctuary cities or places.
I thought they were all in Chicago.
Are they all? Okay. Anyway, so what happens if they don't come back today? Really, are those threats idle? I don't know.
I don't know how much he can do.
Well, my understanding is that the arrest warrant would be good in the state of Texas only, unless it was made to be a federal offense, and then the FBI could be involved. And I think that has happened. Now, whether or not our own FBI will actually go after these people, that remains to be seen. But anyway, another deadline looming today. So I feel like we've had deadline after deadline and nothing really has happened, and they're still in Illinois. So anyway, I hope every stinking one of them that runs again, people will remember that they ran away from their jobs.
Oh, they're going to use this as a badge of honor. I did not.
Do you know,
Get in.
here's the really interesting thing. They're running so that this redistricting doesn't happen in their state. But what they've done is run to one of the states that has done the most redistricting. So, and on their side of things. So what they're, you know, the whole crux of their running away and their protests against, they're going to a city that has done just exactly what they are protesting. Whatever. Okay, here's a story. A Kansas family's nightmare became reality when a child's report of a monster under the bed led to a discovery actually of a man under the bed.
Whoa.
Yikes. According to the Barton County Sheriff's Office, a babysitter was preparing the children for bed when one complained about the presence of an intruder. When the babysitter said, "Okay, I'll check under the bed," investigated, she encountered a 27-year-old male suspect who had previously lived in the house, despite being under a protective order to stay away. The suspect fled the scene but was later apprehended after a brief pursuit. He now faces charges including aggravated kidnapping, aggravated burglary, aggravated battery, child endangerment, and violation of a protective order. The man is being held on $500,000 bond as the investigation continues. This is in Kansas, so I don't know how good Kansas is about keeping their perpetrators behind bars, but this guy
needs to be there.
He's a bad dude for sure. All right. Well, that's going to wrap things up. Thanks for joining us on a Monday. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Monument Company. So have a great day.